All right, welcome back to the Run.down over here on the Strickland Podcast Network and the Strickland YouTube channel. Knicks win in probably the best win of the season, 111 to 103, courtesy of a 38-15 fourth quarter by the New York Knicks. I mean, just like a masterful game. I mean, most of the tri-state area was already on the highs of the St. Peter's win, and to have this win come after featuring a lot of the Knicks kids. You had Sims playing a lot of minutes down the stretch. You had Emmanuel Quickley, who had a masterful fourth quarter, 20 points in the fourth quarter. You have Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride getting some really great run down the stretch as well. And you have Obi Toppin, who basically kind of started this whole thing off with his 13 points in the third quarter. So I mean, like, there's just so much to talk about. Such a great win. Shout out Thibs for actually rolling with the hot hands tonight and rolling with the kids who had it going. So I got to tip my hat to him for doing that tonight for once in a while. But yeah, I mean, just like so much things to go off on. So where do you want to start, Tyrese?
Before we begin, I must say a statement. I too like Quickly and his role. When they become a playoff team again, he'll get hunted in isolation, 9th percentile in NBA, and hurt your defense. Less ISOs in regular season allows for his hive to overlook this. Let him be a really good fourth guard on a playoff team. Prayer hands. By Tommy D. What the fuck were you thinking, too? The fact that he tweeted that and then IQ came out and put up 2 masterclass performances is that's karma. I love when black men win. But yeah, man, it has to start with Quickly. It has to start. Anything we talk about has to start with Quickly because Quickly was on fucking fire today. You can't say enough about him. 23 points, 20 points in the fourth quarter. He had the steal too. I think that kind of put the game away. He stole the ball of Kyle Lowry, breakaway slam. You saw him get it again with another layup in the lane. The guy was he's special. He's special. Not to use a real Hooper term, but he's just special. He just does so many things at a high level. The shooting is starting to come back around. He's starting to hit his twos now. He's performing the way you want him to perform. No turnovers again. What more do you need to see from this guy to be convinced that he's more than just a bench guard? I don't know. At this point, every capping his ceiling as a really good sixth man is either in denial or just hating. And
I'm telling you, people got conditioned. I told you on the last stream. People got conditioned.
It was fucking stupid because in his 11th NBA game, he had 8 assists or something, 1 turnover. And he was cooking. It was a blowout against Boston or what? It was that blowout against Boston where he had 8 assists. And the same game against Chicago, he had 8 assists to 1 or 2 turnovers. The guy can pass, the guy can shoot, the guy can defend. He makes his free throws at a really high level. He gets to the free throw line at a damn near 30% clip. It's going up after tonight. What more do you need to see from Emmanuel Quickley to believe that he's more than just a really good fourth guard? I don't know.
I mean, I said last stream, bro, if things don't go as planned in the offseason or as people hope they plan, I mean, even if they do, I still want to see IQ starting as the point guard because, I mean, there's he moves the needle to me for that much, defensively, offensively. I just don't see. I mean, he was getting into the paint tonight. He had this beautiful scoop layup as the buzzer ended.
Yeah, he was
left-handed.
He was going for a foul and he got the scoop layup and then one and after shot clock expired. He was on a heater. You cannot stop him. Oh my god,
man! If he hit if a couple of those step back sidestep threes hit, I would have lost my mind because
he would have gone for 30.
Yeah,
he would have gone for 30 tonight.
He was cooking Strus. Strus had no business being out there on the court. What was that man doing out there? Man, the Heat stink.
We'll get into the Heat.
We'll get into the Heat because Heat fans they was coming in my mentions crazy on Twitter a couple of months ago. So I do want to retaliate on that end. But
pissing off fan bases, bro. You're getting in trouble.
Every fan base hates me, but it is what it is at this point. Being a Knicks fan, they all gonna hate you. But I mean, yeah, IQ just like he moves the needle that much for me. I just don't understand what more has to be seen by Thibs or even like I mean, other fans in the fan base don't really matter because they don't make these decisions. But like, what has to be seen more by Thibs for him to just start him already? Like, I just don't understand how much longer do you want to keep going with the Alec Burks experiment? Lately, Alec Burks has been all right. Like, he's been fine, but like, it's still no reason just because something's going fine doesn't mean you just keep going. Like, you obviously want to go for the most optimal situation, and IQ gives you that when he starts. And like, I just don't know.
Yeah, I just
But I mean, I won't slander Thibs too much tonight because you know he did coach
yeah,
a pretty good game. He
he
saw what
wasn't.
was working, and you know he
Mhm.
rolled with it.
He was in the 2021 Duffy. I'm gonna let him rock tonight. He played the really good hands. He had one sub in the fourth quarter, which was Obi and RJ for Taj and Grimes, which was the right thing to do. Like Grimes got us into it, but he was definitely losing a little bit of steam, and Deuce was hot. So I'm cool with that. Obi was hot in the third quarter. RJ's RJ. You have to let them play. Great subs tonight, like great rotations. He had his pulse on the finger of the game, and it's like, do that more often. That'd be nice. You won't be like the most hated person in New York if you do that more often. But we'll take what we can get. I guess we could talk about we can talk about Grimes and Miles McBride as well. Miles had 5 points in the fourth quarter, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but he also had 5 assists.
But man, those 5 points were like some
Huge.
heavy hitting points right there. Like they came at
Yeah.
just the right moments. You had
Yep.
that three right before the Heat called the timeout, and then you
Mm-hmm.
had that steal, and then was it a steal or was like I think no,
It was,
it was a
it
really
was,
good contest on Kyle Lowry. He went like straight up. Kyle Lowry lost the ball. He went down the other end, laid it up in traffic. Really good finish,
yeah,
by the way.
like two through two people. I can't fucking speak. I'm excited. But yeah, like those 5 points were huge. 5 assists as well. 2 steals. Like just another solid game from him. Like the offense is slowly coming along, and the defense is already there because he had Kyle Lowry in fucking jail tonight.
Woof.
Boy, he had
Had that
Kyle
old
Lowry
man in
locked up.
prison.
Oh my
Locked
god.
locked him up. Threw away the key. Ate the
Boy,
key.
had the man look like the penguin the way he was fucking twerking. It was nasty, but yeah, like Deuce played well. Grimes hit the shot that like gave us the lead, and we never let it go. So Grimes coming back was good. Deuce contributing was great. Quickly contributing was great. Also Mitch because he had a solid game as well off the bench. 11.7 rebounds in not even 20 minutes. 7 offensive rebounds, no defensive rebounds is a hilarious stat. But but yeah, like Mitch did what Mitch does. Coming back from injury, basically like demolishing the Miami front line. Uh, and Taj, the ever reliant vet, who just like continues to do Taj shit.
And Thibs didn't play him like too much. He played him just the right amount. Like he
Yeah,
stuck with the bigs that were like doing a solid job against Bam, especially Sims. I thought Sims did a great job against Bam down low. Like Bam
yeah,
was kind of like he was basically silent in the fourth quarter. Like a lot of guys on Miami were silent in the fourth quarter. I mean, they scored like what 15 points as a team
yeah. Quickly
and
outscored them. Quickly outscored them by himself.
quickly
Quickly scored.
outscored them as a team. Like man, without Tyler Hero, these dudes is nothing, man. Like they are just like absolutely pathetic,
Yeah,
and
Bam. Yeah, Bam took one shot in the fourth quarter and 2 free throws, and he
that
scored one
shot was
point
like a long two against Jericho Sims and Taj Gibson.
at the end of the shot clock.
Yeah.
Like,
If
fuck,
that's
let's
the
actually,
offense you get in, that's pretty pathetic.
man, fuck it. Let's talk about the fucking Heat. The Heat stink. The Heat fucking stink. I'm sorry. Like, we said this shit all season. Your best creator cannot be Tyler Hero.
Man, all right, yo. See, this is what I wanted to get to because Heat fans was in my mentions because for the season, or not even before the season, early in the season, I was talking my shit like I always do. And you know, I was ratting on the Bulls. I was right. I was ratting on the Heat. I was right.
We was right about the fucking Bulls, by the way. Did
I'm
we not
always
say?
right. I
Did we not
always
say?
win in the end.
When the
So
weather get warm, DeRozan gets cold. We said that shit,
exactly.
and you ain't believe us, and that shit spreads to the team. It's like
Yep.
it's a sickness. It's a sickness. It's a fucking disease when they get fucking DeRozan flu, and it's just like the niggas cannot perform when it get warm.
Nope, they can't. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm always right. I always win in the end.
Oh, Bashata.
People always like to take their victory laps in December and November. I don't know why. There's a whole season. The season's 82 games. Let things play out, and
Preach.
things played out.
Yes,
So
sir.
I said early in the season that the Heat do not move me because their bench is whack. Their depth is whack. They're out here playing Markieff Morris, Max Struess, over here, Caleb Martin. These dudes, they do not move me, and they're not gonna move me come playoff time. Their best player is Tyler Hero. And if Tyler Hero is your best player coming off the bench, I got news for you. You're in trouble in the postseason. I promise you that. And guess what? I was right, man. I was right. Gabe Vincent, yeah, he was out tonight, but like, does he move the needle that much? Was he going to help these guys in the fourth quarter tonight?
No.
Hell no.
Gabe Vincent.
Hell no. He's just talking to me about Gabe Vincent about to be our bench depth. All right, man. Let's see come playoff time how well that works out for you. Let me know. So far, it hasn't been doing well for y'all. So I'll just leave it at that, man.
I'm sorry, bro. Like they gotta put Tyler Hero got that team over a fucking barrel. You know how sad you gotta be as a franchise? Talk about Heat culture. Heat culture is giving white men too much money. Heat culture is a money laundering scheme. They get Duncan Robinson $90 million. Come on now. We just fucking wasting money.
Ricky Ricardo says, here's the problem with the Heat for a team that's a 1 seed. They aren't as talented as you might think. They basically beat teams with defense and being high IQ cerebral play. And that is not always going to win you games in the playoffs. Sometimes you just need a guy who's going to you just need a high-powered offense. They don't have that.
They don't have a good offense. Like, the offense is top 10, but the problem is, like,
it's when it comes Tyler Hero reliant.
Yeah, like when it comes out in the clutch, their best offense is basically Tyler Hero needs to shoot because Jimmy Butler can't shoot and Bam can't shoot and Kyle Lowry is shooting like fucking Schwinn. So, yeah, like Tyler Hero is the best creator in your team, and you have to maybe like look for Max Strus to give you like 15 points in a series. You're not a good team. Like the team is just poorly constructed. And Tyler Hero's going to win Sixth Man of the Year, and he's going to go to fucking Pat Riley, the Godfather, and be like, I'm the best player on your fucking team. I'm probably going to be the reason why you stay in playoff games and probably win a playoff game. You're probably going to lose the series. And then he's going to go, you have to max me. And you can't trade me because I'm a fucking max player. And even though I'm a Sixth Man of the Year, I'm probably not going to be a star like people think I am. That man is going to get paid, and that fucking franchise is going to be in the gutter. I prayed for times like this. I prayed for fucking times like this, man. I don't give a fuck if he look like a goddamn Italian mob boss. Pat Riley's a fucking fraud. You can't tell me Pat Riley a fraud. He'd be finding Costco workers and giving them black magic and making them shooters. But that shit don't work in the playoffs, buddy boy. It don't work. Gave Jay Crowder the fucking elixir of death. Made that nigga turn into a 44% three-point in the bubble. The bubble was fucking fake. Jimmy Butler's getting $52 million when he's 36. That team is cooked, filleted, sauteed, and done.
But yeah, I mean, see, this is why you don't take victory laps in December and November, folks. All right, you wait till now when things get real tight. Anyways, like look at the Heat now. I mean, they lost to the Sixers without James Harden and Joel Embiid. They lost to the Warriors without Steph, Clay, Draymond. Was it like they lost to they lost to us? It is not a good look on them.
They lost to some other team I can't remember, but they lost to the Sixers too. The Sixers without Joel and Harden and fucking Maxey and Georges Niang take turns on them. Like the Heat are not good. The Heat are not good, and like they're locked into that team. And if they give Tyler Hero the money that he wants, they're gonna be locked into that team, which is like basically a luxury tax team with like 4 players. Who the fuck wants Duncan Robinson right now? Honestly, 4 years of guaranteeing Duncan Robinson. When he's shooting like Davis, like he's the next Davis Bertans. He needs to start fucking hosting podcasts because that's all he's good for right now. The long shot. Hit your shots.
Vivek Heat looking like current age Trick Daddy tonight.
They look like Kevin Gates right now, bro. Kevin Gates looking rough.
Ricky Ricardo says, you know what's so annoying? The East isn't low-key. The East is low-key wide open. If the Knicks got their head out of their asses sooner, what the fuck knows what can happen? Who scares you? Heat? Nope. Nets? Cavs? Nah. Bulls? Hell no. Harden Sixers? Hell no.
If we were fucking if we were just like decent in January, man.
January
Oh,
and February, if we weren't like Fizdale Knicks level, we
fucking
would have
hell.
been
I'm
way
really upset.
better.
That really upset me because like this team is so much better. And, like we could have hit the right buttons and we just chose not to.
Yeah, you could have just played Sims more, played Deuce more, played Grimes more, played Cam more, and boom, you
Like
got yourself a winning team.
and we
Ta-da!
were trying to fucking make Nerlens Noel work. We were stuck with the
Kemba
fucking.
Walker work.
We tried to make that shit
Burks at
work.
point guard work.
What were we doing? Like if Tim doesn't look at his mirror and go like, "What the fuck was I doing?" Then I don't know what the fuck he's thinking about this season. I don't know how you do not look at the season as like an object failure and go, "All right, I need to adjust as a coach," but I don't trust Tim's adjust as coach, even though he fucking played well today or he coached well today.
Yeah, because like today's coaching job by Thibs is an anomaly compared to the rest of the season. That's the problem. That's the problem. And like, I mean, I just don't get why he didn't do this stuff sooner. I think it's like he's only forced to play. He's only forced to play the way that he's supposed to play when guys are out. Because like if the team is at full strength with D Rose, everybody at full strength, we're not seeing the emergence of Deuce McBride or even
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel Quickly to this degree. Emmanuel Quickly probably still plays well next to D Rose, but like with him in the ball in his hands and having full control of the offense like he's had as of late, he just doesn't have this like because you have to worry about Derrick Rose, Kemba Walker, you have to worry about Burks getting all those touches too. Like it's just like so
Yeah.
much touches going around that you're not gonna see Cam play the way he played before he got hurt. You're not gonna see Grimes play. Grimes didn't play until like the team came down with COVID. Deuce didn't play. Deuce hasn't played until Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker are gone forever. So it's like
Yeah. That's gonna be yeah. The front office is fucking hell because like, what do you do this all season with all?
I think we lost Tyrese for a moment there. But I think he's trying to say that what does this team do with all these good players? And I mean, yeah, that's a big that's a big problem. That's a good problem to have, I guess, because like you have all this depth to work with, but like it's up to like how the coach. Oh,
Yeah,
you're back. There you
yeah.
go.
All right, my bad.
But yeah, I think you were
Yeah,
saying that that
yeah.
the
What the fuck
front
did they
office
do
is in
season?
hell because what
Yeah,
do they
like
do with all these good players?
like I don't know who you move. I really do not know who you move. And like Press was talking about it a few days ago on Twitter. He's like, if you do want to consolidating for Brogdon makes a lot of sense because like when he plays, he's an upgrade, and when he doesn't play, you just put IQ in his place, and he can play with IQ. Aside from like Kemba Walker, who's like smaller than IQ, needs the ball more than IQ, ideally. So like I'd be okay with like an IQ and Brogdon setup. I can understand the merit behind it now. It's not my favorite move, but like I can understand if you're just like, well, IQ is like point guard of the future or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be a hellish offseason. It's going to be hellish because they have so many ways they could like take this team.
And we didn't even mention we briefly mentioned, but we didn't even mention Obi Toppin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit. Obi Toppin actually fucking popped off today too.
He's probably the main catalyst, like even before IQ, that really got this thing going because like his third quarter was pretty great. I mean,
Yeah.
13
points.
showcased a lot of different stuff, including a one dribble pull up that I don't think anyone saw that he had in his bag, but
He did it once against the Lakers.
yeah,
and
he
like
did. Yeah, like see, like we rarely see these type of things, but like see, this is the reason why we want to see these guys get extended minutes because you never know what these guys are gonna pull out of their tricks. Like next thing you know, Jericho Sims is pulling out like drop step hooks and stuff like the next game or whatever it is. Like
he
you
actually
just
did it
never know what
today.
you could. He did.
Yeah, he did
He
it
did.
today. That was
He
his
did?
first. Yeah, it was like his first bucket. Like he pulled out like a drop step hook shot.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like you don't see this stuff from our guys because like they barely get minutes, and they finally are getting minutes, and you finally get to see what they have, and like that's why it's so frustrating that like these guys didn't get to play altogether and in general sooner.
Yeah, like also Jericho fucking Sims, dude. What a game from him. That was a great game from him as well. Like, yeah, hook shot, first shot of the game. I said in fucking summer, I'm like, Jericho Sims is probably better than Nerlens Noel right now. And people were like, what? Nerlens Noel, TPPM, whatever. Like, no, Jericho Sims just like, he can screen and he can roll and he's like a freak athlete. And we waited until fucking All-Star break to play him. Oh, by the way, we have to fucking make his contract a two-way, off a two-way. So now he's going to get like a standard NBA contract. So that's going to be interesting. See what happens with that. Yeah, this Rock's is so in hell. But Walt Perrin is fucking thriving.
Walt Perrin is eating good, man.
Yeah, Walt Perrin about to get paid. He about to get paid.
Yo, like look at every single Knicks draft pick. You can't tell me he missed on any one of them.
Yeah, he didn't miss. Like he hasn't missed yet. He's been drafted like late first round.
He's over here like Jordan in the locker room after the game, like holding up the sticks
with the trophies out, just like 5 trophies and just going like this. Like
he's like
but that was basically 2020, like last year's draft class winning a game for us against the number 1 seed in the East. Yeah, give Walt Perrin his flowers. I
trust this man to draft in any position.
Yeah, I do not care where we end up. I really do not care where this team ends up because I feel like he's going to make it work. And
that's why I stopped caring about the tank race. I'm like, whatever. If we tank out and we lose the rest of the games, it's whatever. But if the kids are like thriving and they're winning these games, and whatever. I mean, like I trust Walt Perrin. Like watching these guys play night in, night out. Got Jericho Sims at pick 58, and he's like legitimately a backup NBA center. Like you just don't get that type of value. And like for Walt Perrin to continuously find value in wherever the Knicks are able to pick is just like a testament to him and like his scouting pedigree. And like you just got to trust him wherever the Knicks land up. Like if they end up 11th in the draft, that's like higher than we drafted all of last year. And look at the picks that we got in last year's draft.
Yeah, I mean, if he drafts 11th, I would say like if he drafts 11th, it's probably no man's land because like that's Duran territory, and like I don't know how you take a big in this year's class because Sims and Mitch are a good big rotation. Stop pitting them against each other. It doesn't fucking matter. They both do really good things. Like stop being weird. Like, oh, do we need Mitch if we have Sims? Like,
why not have both?
We can have both. Like, there's nothing stopping us from having both. Regardless, and like Tosh is the third string just to like come in. Tari. If Tari goes top 10, I can see it. I don't know who rises. Somebody's gonna have to rise for Tari to like drop to us, and
someone has to fall. So
maybe Ty rises. Washington, maybe, but yeah, like I would like Tari, but even then, like, what the fuck do you do with Tari Eason? Like, it's if they're gonna find value everywhere in the draft, what the fuck do you need first round picks for?
It's like, all right, just like grab this guy just for giggles, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Tari Eason, go cut up Westchester. We're gonna have him and fucking like Brandon Goodwin.
Just like averaging like 45 a night in Westchester.
Honestly, like this team could realistically have like a really solid rotation of like 25 and under with like a couple of bets sprinkled in and be like a legitimately good, like I think like a playing level team, and that's fine. And like still have all your assets for like a star. Like this team can make a star trade and they probably won't feel it because they have so much internal depth and they have such good scouting. So yeah, this offseason is going to be hell, but
it's going to be fun hell.
Yeah, it's going to be the fun hell, especially if like some moves get made. But yeah, this is Walt Perrin is fucking eating right now. He is full, and Jaden Ivey fucking sucked against St. Peter's, so you know he's dropping.
Who? Oh, Jaden Ivey?
Yeah, I need him to drop. Chet and Jaden Ivey out, we need him to drop.
Well, it's interesting with Jaden Ivey because like this Ty move up because like they kind of made Ty St. Peter's made Ty look St. Peter's made every guard they faced against basically look inept because their defense is just that crazy good. But
I mean, like I would like March Madness is like random variance. I wouldn't put too much stock into it, but like yeah, man. Like we can talk about St. Peter's. Fuck it, St. Peter's, bro. St. fucking Peter's. That's the shit I want to see, man. Like I think the first 15 seed to make Elite Eight.
Yep. in NCAA history.
Shaheen Holloway cooking up, future coach of the New York Knicks if he plays cards right.
Facts. Queens born and raised coach. And you
Yes,
got a team full of
sir.
guys from New York and New
Yes,
Jersey over
sir.
there.
Yeah, Jersey
Like
City, stand up.
how can you not root for St. Peter's? And I tweeted that I was like, how can you not root for them? Like they're just like a group of guys, just like not a ragtag because I don't know who they are
Man,
really, but like
they look ragtag. You see
but
how Edith look?
either dead the only white guy on the team, bro.
Hey, he a hooper.
Yep. But nah, they're just a team full of like dudes that are like disciplined on the defensive end, and they run their sets to a T, and just got guys that are just like dogs. Like
But yeah,
you
they
got
remind me of the Knicks.
Banks, you got
Like,
Banks
yeah,
hooping in the fourth quarter. You got Eater doing his thing. You got the Defu doing his thing too as well. He got in foul trouble today though. And what you call it? Their center, I forgot his name, Clarence Rupert. He
yeah,
was
Hooper.
battling down low with Travion Williams.
Bro, Edie was in hell. Edie was in hell, bro. I saw Edie miss like 5 bunnies. It was rough. Like, bro, you
Purdue was
7'5".
not ready for the moment. They
And the
was not
funny
ready
thing
for the
was,
moment.
damn, if Jaden Ivey hit that step back, bro. If Ivy hit that step back, he was close. He had like hit rim and it like bounced. I was like, oh no way he did that shit again. But like, yeah, man, St. Peter's is just fun. Team is fun. March is fucking great. This is why we sleep in May. Yeah, man. Like, basketball is. This was a good day of basketball. Like, this is probably the best day of basketball we've had in a minute. Kids are just hooping everywhere.
Yeah. Ricky Ricardo says another thing: the young guys on this team, Thibs would effing love them if he gave him dudes more playing time. They tough, play defense, got balls, and instead Thibs kept curving them over and over again. Yeah, I said like, bruh, he had these guys in warm-ups all year being cheerleaders instead of having them on the court and helping us win games. And like I don't want to rag, like I said, I don't want to rag on him too much because he actually coached a good game tonight. So it's just like it's these like I have to say it though, it's these type of games that you just gotta like. Even though he coached well, it's like if you're gonna be so incompetent for so long, why are you gonna be back here next year? Like, why not just have a guy who's gonna do what we need you to do every night on a consistent basis instead of what you're doing on an inconsistent basis? Like, it just doesn't make sense to keep you if you're not going to learn from this, because Thibs is like the type of coach, he'll see the success of tonight, but like he'll go to something completely different the next game. And sure, things will move game by game, variance wise, like things are different, of course, for every matchup that you face. But like when the young guys are consistently in these games, you cannot, like, you just can't go away from it just because it's a different opponent.
Yeah, I mean, like, ultimately speaking, if like Tibbs just kind of needs to realize that these games don't matter. There's 8 games left. Like, stop trying to hold on to this idea to play in. It's not happening. Like, you're like there's 8 games left and you're back 5, I think, in the loss column. So like you're not getting there. You're not getting there. Yeah, you're back 5 in the loss column with 8 games to play. Good luck. So that's not happening. That's not a 10th seed, mind you. Like, you're not even catching up to Portland, Charlotte, or Brooklyn, or Toronto. So yeah. I just hope that we could just like give the people who deserve burn on this team burn. I hope that like Tibbs realizes that like, hey, they were drafted for a reason, they can play. And I hope these young guys like ball out to end the season. Because like at this point, I do not care about ping pong balls. Like, whoever we get will probably be a good player. So I'm not worried about where we end up.
Yeah, I mean, Virgil X asks, tonight's game make you more or less confident in Thibs? I don't know. For me, it makes me more frustrating because I think it will revert to his norm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I just said, like these are the type of games where you're like, why am I bringing you back if you're gonna be so inconsistent with like how you do things? And yeah, it makes me confused in Thibs because it's like you can coach a good game against one of the best teams in the league if you want to, but you just don't want to because you're stubborn and you have your ways that you just must stick to no matter what.
Yeah. Tips will figure out, like, somehow, some way, they will figure out that like the young players on this team are good. Like Walt Perrin got to fucking like pull up tape and just be like, I drafted them for a reason. Play them. So he played them tonight. They won. Coincidence? I don't think so. Praise be to Emmanuel quickly.
Yep. Shout out to Emmanuel quickly bringing us some joy on this Friday night. 420 Hawkeye 420 says Shaheen trying to send Ivy to the Knicks. Facts. He trying to send Ivy to the Knicks so he could coach him there. But
amen. We need that.
Ricky Ricardo says Knicks are in a position where they shouldn't be desperate to tank. Yes, they are building and got a ways to go, but this team has legitimate pieces that can do damage sooner than later. Come on, man.
Yeah, I agree. Like you have RJ quickly, Mitch, like even ancillary pieces like Grimes and Obi and Cam. Like you look at all those guys and you're like, okay, this is like the makings of a really solid team. You just need a couple like you need a star. Obviously, you need a star, but like IQ is a value player. He's a winning player. He's actually going to be pretty good. Like IQ being a 15.55 guy should not shock anybody. Like he can do that. Like he can do that stuff. And you have like Mitch again, double. You have someone like RJ who could be like a really good like 25.5 guy, even a 25.5 guy. Like you have the pieces in place. Like the 12th pick in the draft isn't going to change that. And maybe you get a star, but like your star doesn't need to come through the draft. It could also come through trade, free agency, probably more through trade because like free agency kind of sucks. But yeah, like you have the means to like get talent. If I'm the Knicks this all season, I'm like aggressively trying to get a star. Like if some team is like, you know what, like Donovan Mitchell says, like, you know what, I ain't feeling it right now. Utah's mids.
Yeah, they're definitely going to blow that situation up because it just doesn't look like a situation that's going to end well because Utah just isn't a team that looks like they're going to go far. And him and Rudy Gobert, they just do not get along at all. And I know that's like something to like really not really pay attention to because a lot of co-stars don't really get along, but like theirs seems like a more situation that can blow up than continue.
It was a COVID thing. Like that COVID thing pissed off Donovan and. Like they haven't recovered from that, and then they get bounced in the first round, where Donovan's having like the series of his life, and then they lose to the Clippers without Kawhi. Like at that point, like that was their best shot. That was their best shot last year, and they are a worse team this year. And the West is getting better. Like if they're the Jazz, we have like no picks. All our players are getting older. Like Bogdan and Clarkson are free agents next season, and you have to pay them more than you're already paying them. And then like Donovan is like getting near like X out territory. Like, but yeah, like I think SGA, Donovan, those guys may be on the move soon. And I feel like if you're the Knicks, maybe you can swoop in and get one of those guys. Cause like at this point, that's all you really need is just like somebody who can like be a star for you, like an all-star caliber player. Even Zach LaVine, like let me not say that. No. Zach LaVine is He cool, but like he's not going to be somebody you can build a franchise around. But yeah, like SGA, Donovan Mitchell, guys like that. Like if you could get them this offseason, just get them. Why not? You have a bunch of picks, you have a bunch of capital, you have a bunch of young players. Make it work.
Brent says, I ain't gonna lie, this one annoyed me in terms of Thibs. Agree. IQ is a beast and still played less than 30 minutes. We won off his excellence, but he still has a flawed process. Yeah, I mean, Thibs is gonna be Thibs, man, and it's just like you know what you're gonna get with him, even heading into next year. Like, yeah, he's playing the young guys now, but it's like he has no choice. There's literally no one else he's gonna play. Like, is he gonna play Ryan Arcidiacono over these guys? Like there's literally no one else he can play at this point. So like that's the reason why these guys are playing. We know if he had a full roster with majority of those vets back, these guys, we not seeing this type of win to close the season. Like we just not seeing this.
Yeah, I mean, like he exploded in the fourth quarter, but like he only took like 3 shots. So I don't know why he didn't play him more, but I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did play him more.
And yeah, I mean, people are saying Jazz lost to the Hornets tonight, man. I mean, Jazz just continue to lose to these teams, and it's just like,
yeah, man, that team blowing it up.
Yeah, they're blowing it up this offseason. Like, there's just no way you continue with that. with that core going forward. I mean, they've kind of played they've kind of like peaked already. Same
Yeah,
with same with when the Portland Trailblazers got to the Western Conference Finals and they didn't blow it up after that. Like that was their peak. There's no higher moment coming for that franchise after that.
yeah, like and Donovan, if they don't blow it up, Donovan will blow it up himself. Because Donovan's just gonna be like, all right, I don't want to play here anymore. And what are you gonna do? Like say no? Like it has to happen. It has to happen. I don't know who gets him, but like that has to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got Virgil Exer who asks who starts first, IQ or McBride. I mean,
IQ,
we've seen him start McBride over IQ when given the opportunity. So
but like
with Dibs, he's like he's unpredictable, but predictable at the same time. So
yeah, but like it's IQ, man. Like
it's how his vibe is feeling, I guess, that day.
yeah, like how you wake up, he's like, I like IQ. I like McBride. I like Burks most of the nights though. Burks is like the like Burks is fucking chicken fingers and fries, and IQ is like a fucking shrimp scampi, and McBride is like fucking filet mignon, and Tips is a fucking fat ass and just likes chicken and fries. God, what are we doing?
I mean, one thing that we didn't talk about for tonight's game is RJ. RJ didn't have the best of games, but you know, I think that was more a product of like, first of all, I think like he just wasn't getting some calls. Like he was getting a ton of contact in the paint, and like the whistle was just not going his way. But I think the Heat defense was just like they were really zoned in on him because he dropped 46 the last time they faced off, and they just were like, okay, we'll let anyone else beat us but you.
Yeah, they're
And
doubling him.
it worked. It worked. They did let everyone else beat us but him. So, but beat them but him. So,
bro, it was fucking disgusting watching like them just look at Jimmy Butler and go shoot. Like, I cannot stop thinking about that shit, man. Like Jimmy Butler taking like 15 footers and was bricking them, like free throw jumpers and whiffing. What do you do with that team, dude? Like that team is not good. Oh my god. Also, John Rivers tweet: Obi Top and Julius Randle. It has been said. Oh, once the John Rivers tweet comes in, that's when you know. That's when you know.
yep, it's official. But nah, it's just funny because like the team, like I don't want to say the team looks better, but I mean like the team looks more fluid offensively and stuff like that. Like the possessions are not getting hijacked with mid post isos. Like it's just like everyone's out there playing with more energy.
Yeah, I really don't know how much of that is Tips and how much of that is Randall. Like I really am curious about that, but I don't know if we'll get an answer.
I think it's a combination of both because they kind of like feed off each other. They have this weird symbiotic relationship where like Tibbs is like superly over reliant on Randall, but like the moment Randall sits, he just like is forced to like default to like, hey, I have to actually coach a basketball team and I have to make them look like I have to make them look like functional parts working together. And the Knicks young players are good enough to do that. So it's just like that's just what happens. Like I think Tibbs has kind of understated the impact and the overall talent of the guys that Walt Perrin has gifted him.
Yeah,
And
that's a good term.
And he's just like he just doesn't know what to do with them.
Yeah. I do think this again, I've said there's a world where like Julius could just be I think you need like an actual ball handler, like a primary to put him in those spots, but like there is a world where he could just be like a solid cog, like again, a near 20-10-5 guy. There's only like 4 guys in the league who do that at a time. So like it's a skill set that's not worth sleeping on. But yeah, I think there is a world where he could just be like a solid 20-10-5 guy who like is not the guy, but he could definitely be like a guy, and that's fine. Like I don't know if you can do that with Obi on the team, and if Obi's going to cover his spot, then that's going to be cause for concern. But yeah, like I do think there's a world we could figure out Julius Randle and make him work. I do not think that is something that like they should just stray from. And ultimately speaking, like this offseason again is going to dictate a lot of how they see this team now, the future, and like what their timeline is. And I feel like they probably have to be a little more aggressive because like we saw in the report from Yaron Weissman or whatever,
Your own
Dolan.
Waxman?
Yeah. Apparently there was like something where like Dolan started to get a little bit antsy. And
Oh,
when
bro,
that shit
you
happens,
knew this report was gonna come in sooner or later. It was only a matter of like when the team started to look like they were gonna struggle. You know, as soon as the Knicks look bad, people are always looking to get their reports in. So who knows how ultimately true that is.
mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I saw it coming. That's like I said, I'm telling you, at the end of the season, that athletic piece is coming out, man.
Fred Cat's
Athletic
gonna
piece
have
is coming out.
Fred Cat's is sitting on some fucking info, and he
He's
loading up the
sitting on some
chopper.
heat right now. He's just waiting for the season to. He's just waiting for that last game of the season to end against Toronto. He's
Yeah,
pressing enter. That
yeah.
next morning, he's pressing enter on the tweet. He's pressing send tweet, and fireworks will begin.
Like he could be like the game gonna end at like 11, whatever, and then it could be like 12:01. Bink.
Yep.
These niggas are toxic. This is a toxic work environment. Tips had Brock Adler crying in the corner. Worldwide West is out here being
Calling him
naked.
names and shit.
Worldwide West is out here in a fucking adult diaper talking about draft quickly, draft McBride. Scott Perry's out here fighting for his life. And fucking Leon is acting like fucking Michael Scott. Like, I need it.
Shit, man.
I can't wait. It's gonna be messy. And I'm gonna read that shit. I'm gonna fucking subscribe to The Athletic and I'm gonna read that shit.
Ricky got some great stream of comments coming in. I'm gonna get to them. Ricky Ricardo says, I thought RJ didn't force it. Yeah, I agree. He didn't force it tonight. He was just like, he took what the defense was giving him. And I liked some of the drives that he was making, which led to like some open passes. Like he kind of started off the game with one where it kind of like he drove, and he passed it out to Fournier, who was like cutting to the corner and hit him for the open three. So he was getting what the defense was giving him. Also, this was like the first game ever where RJ got the all hands on deck defense on him. I like that's rough, especially against a cerebral team like Miami. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And I thought he navigated it pretty well. Like he didn't like there's those games where RJ is like really pressing and really forcing it, and tonight was not one of those games. Like there's games where he's like forcing up like horrible shots, and tonight he just gave what the defense gave him.
Yeah, he took 10 threes though, which is kind of rough, but at the same time, like they were wide open catch and shoot threes. He just kind of missed them.
He just gotta hit them. And I think with time, with more reps, as always.
I'm not worried about RJ as a shooter long term.
Because there's been some stretches where he's been on absolute heaters from three. So
yeah, especially like I think to say start 2022. I think he was like on a heater, if I remember correct. But like yeah, he's definitely been on a heater. Like especially like going towards like end of season last year, like he was on a heater. Lifted low cost, score LeVert type. It's hilarious how Hero and Larry on his best they have no break score. LeVert can't score on all three levels. LeVert sucks. Can we stop
always hurt? LeVert's always hurt.
Like I'm pretty sure, like what Cleveland traded for LeVert, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's been the mids since they traded for him. All right, let me try LeVert's numbers since they traded for him. 40% from the field, 36% from three, 75% from the line. He is the mids. He's taking 12 shots and he's scoring 12.2 points. Mid.
Ricky Ricardo says Julius can be a good player on a championship team if he accepts being Paul Millsap. Can he mentally accept that? I don't know.
I don't think that's a problem. I think we need to put personnel around him. I've always said that. Like, I really think it's like a lot of it comes down to like how the personnel is being used and how the personnel is being used around him.
Well, I feel like we have the right personnel right now where he can.
Yeah, but we don't have the right coach. We don't have the right coach.
That's what I'm saying. It's a symbiotic relationship between
the
two.
Why is he not playing more quickly?
And if they're not going to remove the coach, then it's like you got to remove his favorite toy from him.
Yeah, like why are we not playing more quickly? Like literally every point of data for the last 2 years has been like Emmanuel Quickly, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett are a winning trio, and somehow they don't play enough together. Oh, you put Quentin Grimes in there? Winning trio, winning quartet. Oh, like put him in small ball lineups. Put him with guards who can like get him to his spots. Yes,
they don't want to change the coach.
And like he absolutely needs to get better as a jump shooter, but like I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was this year, next year. Because even in 2019-20, he was not as bad as a jump shooter. So to me, it just feels like a lot of this is the way he's being utilized. You need some regression on the jumper, that's fine. But like if he could be like a 35% shooter, he's a fine player. Like that's really it. Take like 3 attempts per game, shoot 35%, go to the line a ton, hit your twos. dribble, pass, shoot, do that at a high level, play with energy. The energy is going to be like the really big thing where it's just like he needs to like bring it at all facets of the game. And I feel like he looked
Big
like he was
thing.
just done. He looked like he was done towards like the end of his. Like, I think he kind of just blew up in Utah. And it's like, yeah, we're probably. I wouldn't be surprised he doesn't play again. But like
I'm telling you, that was
that,
it right there. That
yeah,
was
that
the last
definitely.
game of the season for him.
It's feeling like a phantom injury. They're just like, we want you to like reset your head and just like chill, like go be a family man.
I'm telling you. I'm
So
telling
yeah.
you. That was the last game of the season for him, man.
Plus, like if they think that if they do think that like they're going to Randall over Obi, then like let Obi build his value and then shop him. As much as I don't like saying that, like it's a possibility they could be like, you know what, we don't have a way to like really fit Obi in, and we're not going to pay him, so like we'll just like pump up his value. He shoots well from three. Like, oh, look at Obi Toppin as a starter. We didn't fucking bust the pick, and then they might just like move him, but we'll see. I don't know if I want him to do that, but then again, like I don't know how they make everything work. They make him side with Dolan. He hasn't really been crazy the last. Yeah, like Dolan isn't bad. Dolan is just like Dolan. Like all the players love Dolan except for Charles Oakley, but Charles Oakley fucking sucks. And like everybody's like, yeah, Dolan's really good. He cares about people. Like he gets people paid. He just hires the wrong people. But like the people themselves, like they like Dolan. He's just a weird billionaire, but like every billionaire is weird. Like fucking Mickey fucking Harrison is like doing cruise ships. Fucking Robert Kraft's out here getting massages. Dolan just plays on his fucking trumpet. Like, yeah, like I don't have a problem with Dolan as long as he just like shuts the fuck up and pays the right people. And he's paid the right people, it looks like.
I think with Dolan, it's more of like a reputation thing. Like the stuff that he's done in the past is always going to live with him, so people are always going to recognize that for always being what Dolan is about, instead of just like what he is currently. So
yeah, like if he doesn't hire Isaiah Thomas and Steve Mills and shit like that, you look at Dolan probably a lot better. But like, if this front like this is probably the most optimistic this team has been since Dolan took over the team, like easily. Because like there's a bunch of youth, there's rising stars, like they finally built the right way, quote unquote. So, but yeah, Dolan's not a problem if he just like lets the basketball people do their basketball shit and just pays the bankroll, just bankrolls everything.
let me see. Okay, 420 says Leon and West are close with Dolan. I assume it's easier to soothe him since they finessed him in the past.
Yeah, I definitely think too. Like he hired them because like he knows them.
Which is a good thing and a bad thing, but we're seeing more of the good than the bad. We'll see what happens with the rest of the team as things go by. But
like the only bad thing that like Leon Rose has done is like re-sign Scott Perry, and even then, like Scott Perry's been more of a mouthpiece than anything. So far so good. Even though the team hasn't performed well this year, like Leon Rose himself hasn't like really done anything bad.
yeah, I mean tonight was a pretty good win for the Knicks. I mean, if you're still rooting for them to lose, I saw a tweet that this game was not a good game for them to win. I mean,
Shut the fuck up, man.
For me, I was always Team Tank, but I'm always on the side of let's see what the young guys got, and if they win, whatever. Like I don't care. Like I just want to see the young guys thrive.
Like this was like you beat the number one seed in the East solely off your young guys. If you're upset about this game,
that counts as like 3 wins, honestly.
Like if you're upset about this game, go jump in the lake. Like what are you doing, man? Really? Like you're gonna be upset? Oh my god, I cannot believe all the guys that I drafted contributed to winning basketball. We were supposed to lose. Like Team Tank. Like I get the idea of tanking, but if your young guys are winning games, how can you complain? Isn't that the whole point of tanking, to find talent that could win you games through the draft?
Yeah.
You found the talent, and now you're complaining that the talent is winning. That's when people are like fucking like, oh, we could have got Mobley if we just tanked. And it's like, well, if we got Mobley, that means that the team fucking sucked. Like, great. RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Deuce McBride, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin are winning us games. Holy shit. That's kind of what you want.
Yeah, that's like, this is what we've all been clamoring for the whole year. We've been clamoring for the young guys to be able to play because we know that they were good enough to win games. And what do you know? They're playing and we're winning games. Holy crap.
I
Holy
know
crap.
it should have been fucking 3 straight, but I digress. Fucking
Yeah, Mo hits it right on the head. It's team tank until the young guys play like this. I was team tank because like we were still running like we were still running heavy Burks lineups in the fourth quarter. We
playing
were still
Kemba.
we were still running like all these bad veteran heavy lineups. And like they started playing Cam more when Cam was healthy. When Grimes was healthy, they've been playing him more now since he's back from injury. Deuce has been getting a lot of rotation minutes lately, been able to get himself into a nice rhythm. Sims has become basically the backup / starting center on this last stretch of the season. Like it's just a lot of good young players getting to hoop now. And this is all we wanted.
Yeah. God bless the young legs.
Yeah, I mean, Brent says this isn't like back in the day when Tim Hardaway and Trey Burke were putting up empty numbers in the last week of the season and ruin our lottery odds. Oh man, Trey Burke will never know peace. He will never know peace.
He don't deserve it. He don't deserve it.
He will never know peace. Dude was out here trying to put his best fake Allen Iverson performance just to ruin our draft odds for what?
Oh, he pissed me off. Ain't nobody pissed me off more than like fucking Trey Burke in the tanking season.
Son put up 42 points against the Charlotte Hornets.
And
I mean,
we
didn't
still
win
lost.
that game. We didn't win that game, but like, dude, why are you trying so hard? Like, can you just like make it look a little more obvious? Like,
That was one of the nastiest games I've ever seen in person. Like that game was just filthy. Like it did nothing for us. And people were like, "Oh, he put up numbers. Who cares?"
but Hawkeye 420, he says, I was talking to Sean about that. People who scream tank are never satisfied. They'll rinse and repeat and have no patience for the kids. If we got Ivy, they scream if he didn't score 20. If he doesn't score 20 the first game. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like it's just not conducive.
Ooh, Virgil X with a great question. Favorite play or plays from the game tonight? Oh man,
The IQ steal.
I have a bunch. So first play that really caught my eye was the Obi Toppin dribble pull up. I tweeted out the Lil Wayne video of him going woo woo because that was my exact reaction when that happened. Because like
don't make a noise again, bro. Don't make a noise again.
I was like, woof. That was a crazy. That was not a crazy play, but that was like, yo, we just don't see Obi Toppin's bag like that. So like, man, that was good to see. Second favorite play of the game was probably that Deuce 3 right before they hit they got the timeout. Like huge momentum shift. I felt like that was like a punch in the mouth to Miami. Like they just did not know what hit them because like this rookie comes in who looks like a Marcus Smart doppelganger from early in his years over here hitting this dagger 3 against them. They just had no idea what happened to them. So that was another one of my favorite plays. And then the Quentin Grimes one off of Deuce's dime. That was another great play.
Yeah.
And then the IQ left-handed scoop layup was probably my other favorite play. And my last favorite play is obviously, as people are saying in the comments, the IQ steal off Max Strus and the layup going up and under the rim. Yeah, those are my favorite plays.
Just a great game. A feel-good game. Arguably best one of the season. So then again, the last game of the season was probably the best game of the season as well because it was wire to wire against the Hornets. Yeah, man. Just good hoops. It's been good hoops.
Oh yeah, and then the Deuce steal too was pretty good too.
They was getting after it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you just love to see from the young guys, like just high level defensive intensity and like it translating to immediate offense on the other end. Cause like we usually don't get like I don't even know what the stats are for us on the season, but like we don't really see this team get steals and translate them into immediate points right after.
And we suck at getting steals. Like we're a bunch of position defenders with like bad hands, and like the guys who get steals in the team are like Fournier, Cam, Burks, So like we don't get a lot of steals. Like I think we suck at generating turnovers. It's been like that for like the last 2 years.
Yeah, but like, yeah, so like exactly. So like seeing IQ and Deuce get those steals and just like quickly run down the other way to finish them really quickly to get some quick points was like really fun. Like we just don't see that type of basketball from the Knicks, and the stats that you say back that up. So it's like, hope we get to see that more often towards the end of the season, because I mean that's just like really fun basketball, getting steals and getting points right off those turnovers. So
Yep.
and it's even more fun doing against like a team like Miami, and then we got Chicago coming up on.
I need that. I need that win. I need that win. Man, listen.
If we get one last win for the season, let it be that Chicago game.
Absolutely. Like if we could pack up Miami and Chicago, two fraudulent ass franchises back to back, oh, I'm getting reckless. I'm tweeting everybody. You know who I'm tweeting. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't saying the name, but you know who I'm tweeting. Because she's been talking reckless.
Because I've been tweeting everybody the last couple days. I've been tweeting everybody in that fan base the last couple days. They had so much to say to me in December. Man, they had so much to say. Oh my gosh. If they land in the playing range,
I got fire for that. Oh, I can't wait. I can't
feel
wait.
The spirit, man. I feel the spirit. If the Bulls drop into the play-in, man, it's gonna get nasty. And if it's us that gets to do it too, if it's us that gets to like lead them into the play-in, that's just ooh. They better not let us. They better not let us win that game.
I need masterclass. I need masterclasses. I need masterclasses. I need everybody on their fucking A game. I need us to treat this like it's Game 7, 1994. Like I need us locked in. I need 50 pieces. I need people threatening records. I need Quickly to act like he fucking see like this is fucking SEC play. Like I need SEC Quickly. I need fucking Montverde, RJ. I need domination. I need this win. I don't care what happens the rest of the season. I need this fucking win.
If there's one more win we get for the rest of the year, let it be that Bulls game.
For real, like, okay, we can lose to the Wizards. I don't give a damn. Whatever. Let KP get his revenge. I need that fucking win. Give me that Bulls win.
Bulls game, like, I might treat that like the finals on the timeline. Like,
this will be finals. This will be our finals. And I'm okay with that.
That's gonna be our play-in game this year. That's gonna be our play-in game since we won't actually get one.
Oh shit! All right, I'm watching Caleb Love fucking destroy right now. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, UNC and UCLA right now. They're in a battle.
Oh my god!
It's just been great hoops all day today, which is like, what more can you ask for as a basketball fan? Like, just like great hoops all around the league in both leagues. Like,
this is the trenches. This is the trenches that we wanted. This has been a good tournament. Holy shit. I gotta go watch this. I gotta go watch this.
That's a tough step back. Oof. That was a tough step back.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Brent says and we're gonna wrap things up soon so we can enjoy these last games. But remember, guys, no matter how bad we feel, this ain't the worst timeline. A couple seasons ago, we were talking about trading for Oladipo and giving him a max. Yeah.
Man.
Things were rough. So
man, that was a dark day for this franchise. We talking about trading for Oladipo last. It was bad. I'm glad we out the gutter. I'm really glad we out the gutter.
Facts. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for commenting, reacting with us, giving us y'all takes. Listen to us break down this game. We'll be back on Sunday after the Pistons game. We might be able to beat the Pistons, but you know the Pistons they've been a tough team lately, so you never know. Should be a very good game. A lot of young guys going at it. So,
all right. I gotta say this before we wrap up. Baycott got the worst tattoos in D1. Those tattoos are horrible. I hope you make the league. If you gotta use that tattoos with finance, if you're doing finance with those tattoos on, bro, that's all I gotta say.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, thank y'all for tuning in. We about to enjoy these March Madness games. I hope y'all enjoying them too, and we'll catch you on Sunday afternoon.
Go Cox.